Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Himanshu Gupta and today we are going to discuss few questions about renal cell carcinoma. So first of all, you should know various types of renal cell carcinoma, various types of renal cell carcinoma. Then the cell of origin of various types. Then you should know the mutations that are associated with each type of carcinoma, and you should also know which type has a best prognosis or a good prognosis, which type has a poor prognosis, and you should also know their associations with other syndromes. Okay, so let us begin our discussion. Renal cell carcinoma is also called as hypernephroma or Gravid's tumor. So these were the historical names for renal cell carcinoma. What are the risk factors? The risk factors are tobacco smoking, obesity and hypertension. Okay, mostly the renal cell carcinoma are sporadic, but autosomal dominant familial variants also occur and they account for 4% of cases. So these are VHL syndrome, von Hippel-Lindau syndrome. The VHL gene is located on chromosome 3p. P is the long arm or short arm? You have to tell me in the comment section below. Okay. Hereditary papillary carcinoma. It is associated with MET proto-oncogene. MET proto-oncogene. Have you heard about this MET proto-oncogene anywhere else? Let me know in the comment section. Birt-Hogg-Dugg syndrome. Birt-Hogg-Dugg syndrome. It is associated with chromophobe type of renal RCC, renal cell carcinoma. Okay, you will tell me what are the other things that are found in Birt-Hogg-Dugg syndrome. Okay, clinical features. The clinical features are hematuria, abdominal mask, flank pain. So these are the three most common clinical complaints in patients of RCC. So now we will come to the paraneoplastic syndromes associated with RCC. The most common paraneoplastic syndrome is, this is a question that can be asked in your NEET exam, increased ESSR. Increased ESR. The most common paraneoplastic syndrome associated with RCC is increased ESR. Hypertension, hypercalcemia, polycythemia, amyloidosis, AA type of amyloidosis. Stauffer syndrome. What is Stauffer syndrome? It is a non-metastatic hepatic dysfunction. Non-metastatic hepatic dysfunction is Stauffer syndrome. Venous involvement is also seen in 10% of cases. Okay, now coming to various types of RCC. Clear cell type. So let me tell you the various types. It is clear cell type or RCC, then papillary RCC, then chromophobe type, and then Bellany duct RCC. Coming to clear cell type, it is the most common type of renal cell carcinoma. Most common type of renal cell carcinoma. 95% cases are sporadic, and the 5% cases are familial. 5% cases are familial. Okay, you have to remember that 95% cases are associated with VHL mutation. VHL mutation. We have learned that VHL gene is located on, you will tell me, 3p gene. Okay, and P is long arm or short arm? Okay, so P is short arm. Short arm. You can remember it by Q is, like if you write Q, it is bigger than P. So Q is the long arm and P is the short arm. Tumor cells have clear or granular cytoplasm consisting of both glycogen and lipid. So this is the histology of clear cell RCC. As you can see, the cells have clear cytoplasm or pale eosinophilic. Okay. Now coming to the mutations, one we have learned it is 3p deletion. The other are VHL gene mutation, VHL gene hypermethylation, and translocation of 3,6, 3,8 and 3,11. Friends, this question is important for PGI. In PGI, they can ask you what are the mutations? What are the mutations that are seen in clear cell type of RCC? So it is translocation 3,6, 3,8 and 3,11. Coming to papillary cell carcinoma. Papillary cell renal carcinoma. The cells of origin are proximal renal tubules. Proximal renal tubules. What you have to remember in that it is a multifocal tumor and it is most commonly bilateral. Multifocal means that there are many tumor foci within the kidney. It does not have just one mass. You can find many masses within the kidney that are neoplastic. So it is a multifocal tumor. It is the most angioinvasive subtype of RCC. Most renal cell carcinoma papillary type are associated with dialysis associated cystic disease. Dialysis associated cystic disease. So you have to remember that dialysis associated cystic disease can be associated with papillary type of renal cell carcinoma. There is papillary growth pattern with samoma bodies. You can see these are samoma bodies. Friends, do you know what are samoma bodies? What are samoma bodies? Samoma bodies are basically calcium deposits in the cell. Calcium deposits in the cell, they can occur after an infarction of a tissue or directly due to the calcium deposition in the papillae. Okay, the cytogenetics. The cytogenetics is that you can see trisomy of 7, 16 and 17. 7, 16 and 17. You can see the mutation of MET proto-oncogene. This we have also read in the hereditary papillary RCC variant. And in pediatric RCC, you can see translocation of X1. Remember this. Pediatric papillary RCC, you can see translocation of X1. Now coming to chromophobe type of RCC. The first thing that you need to remember is that it is associated with best prognosis. The prognosis of RCC and chromophobe type and papillary type are better than clear cell. Okay, it cell of origin is collecting ducts. Tumor cells have pale eosinophilic cytoplasm. And cytogenetics is that you will see loss of multiple chromosomes and extreme hypodiploidy. Loss of multiple chromosomes and extreme hypodiploidy. Now coming to the last subtype, Bellini duct carcinoma. It has a worse prognosis. It cells of origin are collecting duct in medulla. Collecting duct in medulla. Okay, and you will see a hobnail pattern on histopathology and desmoplastic reaction. So remember that hobnail pattern and desmoplastic reaction is seen in Bellini duct carcinoma. Okay, so and one more question that I want to ask you, that which carcinoma is associated with sickle cell trait? Sickle cell trait. Okay, so I will tell you the answer. It is medullary carcinoma of kidney. Okay, that is associated with sickle cell type. So thank you friends for watching this video. and do like my video if you found it useful.